Hello again, Struck Club. Today I'm bringing you a video for upcoming Wooter games in July 2021. I've decided to start making those videos because it's a very time-consuming task to look through the stores, PlayStation Store, Xbox Store, Steam Store, and other bunch of stores, and trying to find the right game for you. So hopefully those videos that I will be making every month will help you figure out whether some of the upcoming Wooter games are to your liking or not. This month I will not be covering games that came out before the day of making this video, which will be the 13th of July, so anything that came before that will not be here, but anything that's coming after that date will be included. And I've got you covered on many areas, such as an isometric shooter Wooter cyberpunk game, which is the Ascent, such as types of Midgard, which is, for example, a hack and slash isometric Wooter game with very nice animated graphics. That's all about Vikings and all of that. Then there's another game that's Dead Store, super cool looking, very unique art style. It's still kind of a isometric ARPG game. In most of the games you would see it's isometric ARPGs with at the end some of the games that are not with such a camera. But in the end I've tried to cover all sorts of games. I've even included an idle game that's not even in English, in case someone who speaks Chinese, but that's gonna be the last game I'm gonna cover. So buckle up and hopefully you like my list of upcoming Wooters for July 2021. The first game I'd like to talk about is The Ascent, developed by Neon Giant, published by Curve Digital, and releasing on the 29th of July 2021. It's as if Diablo met twin stick shooters like Alien Shooter, which is probably the most popular one nowadays. So yeah, it's amazing mashup of genres, of styles, of visuals, and this game could go either way. It could either be very successful and a big hit, or it could be forgotten after a month or two of playing. It has all the makings of a good Wooter from what I'm seeing, but time will tell whether it can keep people playing for longer. I'm in love with the visuals. Personally, I always love sci-fi, and there's too much fantasy, not enough sci-fi in our Wooter options out there. And it being a co-op game, it's the type of game that will supposedly force the players into using their skills, not their abilities, their skills as a player, by dodging, by using the right abilities at the right time, by using cover, not just mindlessly hacking and slashing. Not sure how I would personally love this, because again, I'm a big fan of when games kind of let you build with items, and everything can then being able to face tank as long as you have the best items and stuff. But I'm open to having to use cover and dodge roll every now and then. I enjoy it in games like Godfall and stuff like that. It seems a little bit too much how much you have to dodge and how squishy you are. So hopefully in these games, if you pick up that class with the bubble, with the shield, or maybe a medic class, then maybe you would be able to face tank as a team when you have a good group synergy. So again, I need to know more info about the game, and maybe when it's closer to coming I can try and release a more in-depth video where I'm discussing all the information I can find on the internet. But I decided to start with this game because it's probably the game at the top of my personal wish list for this month. Maybe it's not gonna be to your liking, maybe it's gonna be the game you've been waiting for. Do let me know in the comments if you think so, if you think that's the type of game you would like, or if you think it's a so-so kind of game that just being overhyped by everyone out there. Now, the next game I would like to talk about is a full 180. And that is Tribes of Midgard, published by Gearbox Publishing, developed by Norsfell, releasing on the 27th of July 2021. We're moving from sci-fi to fantasy, from cyberpunk to Viking style and era. You're gonna be swashing and hacking and shooting and slinging spells, swinging hammers and big giant axes and small axes. You're gonna be fighting with up to 10 people when you have to take down a monster. You can see the team size is not 10 people all the time. Most of the time they're showing us 3, 4, 5 people together. But the game mentions something that I'm gonna try and read verbatim. Just let me quickly find it. So it mentions battles of up to 10 peoples. When the giants arrive, it takes a village to bring them down. Adventure through Midgard's soul or form a tribe of up to 10 players in online PvE co-op. Test your Viking skills across various game modes as you discover your favorite playstyles. Now, this game will be supported with DLCs. There will be a roadmap with Season 1 patch, Mid-Season 1 patch, Season 2 patch, Mid-Season 2 patch, and eventually they will keep adding seasons, and they're planning to make a big seasonal patch and big mid-seasonal patch as they go. And they're going to be adding all sorts of different content. So, and the free seasonal updates, mind you, free. You won't have to pay for those seasonal updates. What type of DLCs they will charge for, time will tell. And the first season will come on launch. It's called the Wolf Saga, that first season, which will be available at launch and adds additional challenges, exclusive loot, and powerful new bosses. You can check some of the links in the description for more information about this game and this specific thing and others. But something that I'm excited about are runes. There's gonna be more than 30 runes. And runes are powerful modifiers that can equip that you can equip to increase certain stats, imbue abilities, and a whole lot more. And with 30 of those and being able to wear 4 or 5, I can't remember the exact number, diversity seems to be opening up a lot of different builds. Now the next game is something interesting, something unique. Just look at the visual style of this game. First, we are looking at some cutscene, cinematic kind of footage, which seems to be rendered in the game's engine, obviously. But you're gonna see in a moment, close to the end of this trailer, some gameplay. And yeah, it's an isometric hack and slash shooter, but very artistic. This game is kind of the equivalent to games the way art house movies are to cinema. So this game is obviously not going to be a game for everyone, but the ones that love beautiful art style would love this game. And yeah, Death's Door, if I didn't mention the game's name, it's Death's Door, and it's something that hopefully a lot of you would love to play. I will probably give it a try myself. I actually applied for this game and for Tribes of Midgard and for another one of the games I'm showing you for a free key. So if I do get a free key, I would be delighted to showcase it, to stream it, to make some content, to make my What the Struck is video. But the combat seems fun. It seems like you would have to dodge and get close fight, get afar, and use range skills, but it will be again a skill-based combat, and it's coming for Xbox and Steam. Now, the next game is a game that's coming for PC, Steam, and Nintendo Switch. It's the Crackpad Show. We can say Crackpad Show, but I've put the in brackets because it's in the name. Developed by Vixa Games, published by Vixa Games. Release date says 2021, but it tells me that's in July. When I look at Steam, it puts it into the July releases, so Steam knows more than I do. Although on Steam it says 2021, Steam's script knows that it's coming in July, so it should be sometime this month. And this is a very weird game. It reminds me of Happy Tree Friends, the animation. Having some cute cartoons and a lot of gore. So it's not your typical Wooter. It's more about completing challenges, semi-puzzle, semi-challenge things where you'll be having some stuff to find. But there's woods, there's ultra legendary weapons, as you might have just seen. There's going to be more gameplay footage at the end of the video for this because I managed to get my hands on a developer stream. So yeah, I think this game would be a pretty fun game, pretty comedy game. It's a bullet hell. I'm not sure if it's gonna be completely to my liking, but I might give it a go and try it myself. We'll see how things go. Now, next we're moving to another game that it's a game that will be perfect for the life skillers out there. Yes, it has combat. Yes, it's isometric hack and slash. But this game's main focus is gonna be on survival and on building your base. And it's kind of mixing tower defense with survival elements with isometric hack and slash combat. So you would have those life skilling moments where you're growing crops and see this guy had a bunch of barrels there, probably wine or whatever, or beer. You can raise up to 50 types of animals. So you would be raising animals as well and using them as cattle or for other things, maybe leather. There's fishing, as you can see. There's all sorts of different life skilling in the game. The art style is very pleasant to the eyes. It has bright moments, but it also has those dark, grim and spooky areas. And I love that contrast between deserts and between mines and dungeons. Then there's icy zones, as you can see. It's great. It's amazing from what I can tell visually. I have my concerns about the combat. By the way, here's a little bit of 200% speed, just so we can save up some time of the character customization options. And yeah, you can see now fighting some skeletons in a dungeon, some more skeletons and zombies, I guess, in a dungeon. So the combat seems fast-paced, but that's my main concern because the combat doesn't always seem as smooth. It seems a little bit clunky at times, but until you play it and try it, you won't know. So hopefully that's just the trailer being the way it is. It seems like a game that has a lot of promises, and you can see over 80 spells to discover. How many you can equip on your skill bar at a time remains to be seen. But yeah, and there's the tower defense elements of this game. You see, he's preparing some catapults, some gates, some towers. And I guess the game is telling him that that's where they will attack. And you can see now the tower defense in action. They're attacking. They're going through the walls, through the tunnels he made. He's funneling them bit by bit. And it seems like there's going to be a lot of freedom when it comes to the tower defending phases. And this game, I think it's the hidden wildcard game that many might have missed under their radars, and it might end up being an amazing game to enjoy. Time will tell. Let's move on to the next one. Now we're moving to more the deep indie games. This one is King's Chronicle. You can see it's a first-person creature collector Pokemon style kind of game. Where you have tactical combat and you collect a bunch of different creatures and use those alongside your heroes to fight, and you have your heroes with different spells and so on. It's developed by Flashdim. It was written without caps, so I made it without caps. You can see there's a bunch of food. It's coming out on the 26th of July on PC Steam only. So yeah, if you're looking for a creature game and if the Monster Hunter Stories 2 is not to your liking and is very expensive, then that's the game for you. Next, Sorceress. This game is kind of, again, deep indie. Coming out on the 23rd of July on Steam only, developed and published by Sirenum Studios. And I think that's a one-man dev game. I managed to find some videos on his YouTube channel where he's showing some of his development. The guy seems to be a brony lover, a brony kind of a person, so I'm not gonna judge him on his preference. The game seems interesting to people who want a more classical JRPG style game, so I wanted to introduce different types of games, and that's why I think this fits to the people who might want something more retro style, more classic JRPG style of a game. It's nothing too fancy, but there are a lot of people who like some games like those. I'm not sure if it even qualifies as your typical Wooter, but it's worth giving it a mention. Next we will be talking about another indie game, but this one will not launch with English localization right away. It's from the developers of Dragon Cliff, which I've played and streamed, which was an idle game. And this most likely will be another idle team-based team management game with a lot of different quality of life and a lot of functions, gear upgrades, character builds, and so on. Ghost of Dragon, published and developed by Meta Interaction. Release date is July 2021, but you probably won't see the localization until 1 or 2 months after that. And they said they will be hiring an external company to help them with the localization, because the game has a lot of text and story. So that pretty much is it for those games. I hope you liked my list of upcoming titles for July 2021 and you liked playing some of them. To get notified when I upload more content for this game or other games like this one, which would be Wooters of all varieties, isometric, third-person ARPGs, Wooter shooters and all sorts of Wooters like that, you could subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to not miss out on my content updates. And optionally, you can even join as a member of the Struck Club on YouTube as a channel member to get access to exclusive perks such as special emotes custom made by me, special badges custom made by me that represents how many months you have been a member for, as well as opt-in of editing tutorials that I can give for Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, as well as shout-outs and things like that. And I would like to use this part of the video to thank all my YouTube members and Twitch subscribers. Thank you for supporting the channel and keeping me going. Thank you also for watching this video, everyone. Keep it cool, Struck Club. Until next time, and goodbye.